Hello, everyone. Welcome back to. There I go, screwing up my intro again. That's how crazy that this little game has got me right now. Hello out there, casual fanatics. Jeremy here, and welcome back to the casual mode playthrough of Selenon Rising. In the last episode, we filled Blue in and went out to try and stop Sandman, who had decided to launch some missiles at the Selenon. We got most of them stopped, but unfortunately, it was too late. Dr. Alexei was killed by Red. One missile was launched. And, very likely, the Selenon are pieced. And also we lost contact with Sam. In this episode... Oh god, what now? The link to Sam becomes filled with static. Blue grabs my hand. I can sense his fear as well as my own. The sky bursts forth with activity. At first I can't tell what's happening. The sky looks as though it had turned into a roiling sea during a terrible storm. But then I realize it is the Selenon descending upon us. Each of them descends, parting the air above them as if making a bullet hole through the clouds. Seconds later, a deafening boom follows their arrival in the air above the city. Within moments, the city is aflame. Explosions and the thundering shrieks hold us in our seats aghast. Somehow, Blue unfreezes and begins shouting. I can't tell what he's saying at first, but gradually realize he is shouting at the Enforcer to move the transport off the bridge. We run towards the APC, jumping inside as the Enforcer tries to start the engine. I see why when a beam of pure light suddenly cuts across the sky. The Enforcer comes out of his shock and hits the gas, but just as we begin to peel away... Shouting. Spinning. Rubble. Moments pass. I'm not sure how many. I can't hear. I can't see. As my vision clears, I realize that I'm upside down, still strapped into the seat of the transport. Props to you for wearing your seatbelt, Vi. My arm is bleeding, but otherwise I seem to only have a few cuts and bruises. I look sideways and my stomach turns inside out. The driver is obviously dead. His body hangs limp, and as I look a little too closely, I think I see his head is not being held onto his body by much more than a few ligaments. God damn it, I haven't had lunch yet! Horrified, I look the other way. Blue is still breathing, but he's unconscious. I shake him. Blue! Oh god. Blue! I unbuckle myself and use my uninjured arm to lower myself onto the roof of the APC. I climb across the Enforcer without looking at him, and bash open the battered metal door with my foot. As I regain my bearings, I realize that the APC must have flipped several times before landing on its roof. Can't believe that I'm in one piece, let alone alive. I rush to the other side of the car and carefully unbuckle Blue. I pull him out of the van and drag him a few feet away from the wreckage, shaking him frantically. Blue! Wake up! Blue! Blue! Still no response. I have no choice but to leave him there and secure a way out. Oh my shit. The air is thick with smoke from the fires throughout the city. Seems like the world is ending, but I know this is only the beginning. Things get worse. Much worse. Oh, fuck. What the? Oh my god! They're giant praying mantises! I have no time to react. Something is coming. The force knocks me off my feet, sending me sliding backwards onto the ground. So we've gone from film noir to 50s monster movie. Nice! You're... No! Stop! I try to get to my feet, but I fall to my knees, clutching his head. His presence is overwhelming. Stop! Please stop! I beg of you! My head feels like it's slowly turning into mush. Suddenly, the chaos merges into a single voice. Distorted, yet deep and commanding.
Failed.
The voice comes not from the Selenon's mouth, but rather from inside my own head. I clutch my head tighter and rock slightly. It's too much.
You have failed us.
I don't understand.
You have broken the pact. You must pay the price.
My mind is whirling. What is he talking about? The pact?
You must be sacrificed.
Anger burst forth in me. This thing has murdered so many people already. Why should I bow to its wishes? I stand up, slowly. The pain is making my body scream. No. I will never... As I stand there, my voice grows stronger. Why should I have to do what you want? What has the human race done to you to deserve this genocide?
That is not your concern. The word of the Selenon is absolute.
I'm done obeying for no reason. This whole thing was Sandman's fault. I had nothing to do with it.
It is the Bureau's task to ensure obedience.
As much as I want to be like super defiant right now, I feel that's suboptimal. And the way I've been playing Vi, I don't think should be that assertive. So 1 through 3, 4 to 6. I refuse to sacrifice myself when I know that this is just going to keep happening.
The cycle will continue. It is not your place to question.
Oh, really? When does it end?
It ends when you realize just how primitive you truly are.
Care to explain the logic of that while you rain down fire and terror on my city?
It is a demonstration that you belong to us.
Oh, great. So the Selenon are the modern Republicans. This is humanity's city.
This is not your city. This is your prison.
We've done nothing to you.
There are many things you do not know.
Well, there's one thing I do know. I'm not going to surrender.
That is not your choice. It is your fate.
No! I can't! I must destroy the Selenon. That is my sole purpose. No one will stop me from fulfilling my mission. Oh my god, Violet's gone Super Saiyan!
Die! So, your power has awakened. This is all you can do? How pitiful. I will end this quickly.
Stop! Blue is standing in front of me, placing himself directly between me and the Dark One. Blue, what just... My voice barely carries over the distance between us, and I sink to my knees. Unbearable pain radiates throughout my body. Violet, stay there. Blue looks up at the pitch-black Selenon. I apologize for my partner's impudent behavior. Take me as your sacrifice. No! Don't do this. Don't do this, Blue. Do not do this. Do not do this. Please tell me you are not going to do this. Please tell me they are not going to allow this. Click the mouse, Jeremy. Click the mouse. Don't let your feels take you over. Click the mouse. Blue, what? What are you saying? Vi, don't worry about me. Just hurry up and find a medic. This is some kind of joke, right? You can't honestly... Blue, you don't have to do this. We can still run. Come on, we have to get away before... Vi, get a hold of yourself. You're supposed to be an agent, remember? No. Agents are supposed to look out for each other. What you're doing is too selfish. Humanity always comes first. You should already know that. You foolish, beautiful man. Humanity? Who cares about humanity? This isn't right! I know you care. More than anyone else. That's exactly why you have to live. I don't deserve this. I'm just a failure of an agent. I couldn't even control my powers. No. That's not true. When I saw you there, you were beautiful. Not like an Esper. Like some kind of angel. Don't waste your life on something pointless like this. I'm just a washed-up has-been agent. No one's gonna miss me. I know one person's gonna. I'll do anything. Just don't do this. Oh, come on. Cheer up. You never know. Maybe we'll meet again sometime. Eh? Let's get this over with. I was never one for all that sappy stuff, you know?
So be it.
Blue looks back at me, and we make eye contact for a split second. face. Pardon the Star Wars reference, but I feel I have to do this. Blue, I love you. I know. Before I can do anything, Blue is gone. No! 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 Blue! The Dark One takes off into the air, and immediately, the noise that has been steadily coming from the destruction of the city ceases, but for the faint sound of sirens and the drifting odor of brimstone in the distance. I see the rest of the Selenon taking off into the sky, following after him. In a few moments, they are gone. You murderer! Come back! I'll kill you! Come back! Back! I shout nonsense threats after the Dark One, still curled up on the ground, unable to move. Why couldn't I stop it? Why couldn't I stop it? The pain in my body is dulled by the storm of emotions in my mind. Confusion and grief fight and stab at one another in an cruel battle ended only when I can no longer take it. I slip into blackness. Chapter 4. Parting Ways. Oh God. I'm standing in a small graveyard near the outer city. I hear meteors hitting the dome, and the sounds echo in my empty head. I feel hollow. Red is standing next to me as the empty casket is ready to be lowered into the ground. And one of the Faceless Bureau higher-ups makes a brief speech about Blue's loyalty and bravery. It makes me want to throw up. Blue did this for me. He saved my life. He sacrificed himself for me, and yet I don't even know how I survived, or why I deserve to be here. I catch sight of my warped reflection in the casket. My face is a mask with no expression. I feel hot and cold at the same time, and I hug my arms tightly against my body. I can't bear this. I can't comprehend it. I should be sad, and I think I am. But mostly right now, I'm livid. Unsurprisingly, Red just stands there, her usual bravado gone. It's almost as if all the life has been sucked out of her. I don't think even she expected things to turn out this way. Well, at least she survived. As much as I hate her and her murderous fucking ways, I'm glad she's alive. As other agents move forward to pay their respects, Red and I both remain still. I don't want this ritual. I don't want to resign myself to Blue's death. I close my eyes, waiting for him to show up, to tell us all how he cheated Lady Luck once again, but no matter how long I wait, nothing changes. I would expect Red to be bursting at the seams with rage at the moment, but she is strangely calm, as if, just for this moment, she is an entirely different person. Some past figment that was thrown away and forgotten. My own emotions overtake me, and I have to breathe deeply and slowly to control myself. The other agents have finished their processional to pay their respects, and I am left standing by Blue's grave with only Red for company. Red jerks her head to kind of nod towards Blue's coffin, and walks away. I'm here alone. Just me. Blue. I have to stop for a moment. I let the emotions wash over me, and then I steady myself and face his grave resolutely. I won't waste it. I promise. Am I the only one who really wants to give Violet a great big hug right now? Girl needs it. Girl has seen some shit. I don't stay to see the rest of the proceedings. After all, the coffin is empty. And I don't want to believe that Blue's spirit is being laid to rest. Walking away from the grave, I head to my car to return to the bureau. The chief requested my presence. For what, I don't know. It better be to tell me what the plan is for getting even with the Selenon. What would Blue tell me if he were here? I wish I could just hear his voice again. All the way back to the bureau. I replayed that last night that Blue and I spent together, and I wish that things had gone differently. I replay the car crash and pulling Blue's unconscious body out of the window. I replay the moment that Blue disintegrated into nothingness right before my eyes, and there was nothing I could do about it. Why didn't I just give myself to the Selenon? I could have saved Blue if I weren't so damn stubborn. All I've been able to do since it happened was think about that moment. That moment when Blue turned around and looked at me. The look in his eyes. As my mind jumps to that moment, I go back to another moment. When I wasn't myself. When the voice in my throat wasn't my own. What on earth happened to me after the Dark One tried to kill me? There's so much I don't understand. God, this... I pull up in front of the bureau and get out of my car. The trip down to the chief's office is a blur, and suddenly I'm standing in front of the large oak door. Miss Pierce isn't in the outer office, so I knock several times. Unperturbed, she opens it and gestures for me to come inside. Agent Violet is here, Chief. Ah, good. You're here. I wanted to talk to you about your next assignment. As you now have a contact in Zala's camp, we want you to work that contact and try to gain access to their supply routes coming from outside the city. You know what? I've been playing Blue largely respectful the entire way. I've been where Violet is right now. I have felt this sense of deep loss and wondering why they were taken instead of you. I know this firsthand. And this isn't the optimal choice. But I know if I was in this emotional of a state and something was going on of this level of magnitude, if I was feeling exactly overwhelmed, there's only one way I would react. What does any of that bullshit have to do with Blue? Miss Agent Violet, you're out of line. Control your temper at once. I don't know if I understand where your anger is coming from, Agent Violet. It's coming from the fact that the Selenon just murdered my partner, and one of the best agents this bureau has ever had. What are we going to do to them for what they did to Blue? We won't be doing anything. What? Miss Pierce is quite right. It is the primary mission of this bureau to protect the existence of the human race, no matter what the cost. Appeasing the Selenon is our #1 priority, as it has been, and it always will be. And as an agent and a psychic, you are expected to follow that mission without question. I understand our mission, but this is just... Agent Blue perished in the line of duty, is performing his job as he should have been. While it's a pity that he will no longer be a part of the Bureau, it is not a matter that requires further action. Miss Violet, I doubt Blue would want us to waste valuable time arguing over a point that's already moot. Blue did more than his duty. He saved my life. He saved it and he died. Oh, for what? So the Selenon would get their blood? Tell me what this pact you have with them entails. Right now, you're no better than the Selenon. The room momentarily falls silent at my outburst. Then Miss Pierce speaks, her voice like a glacier. You are still new to the Bureau. I would advise you to avoid making any rash statements. I lower my voice to match Miss Pierce's and make my tone equally cold as I answer. Actually, I think this is exactly the time to be making rash statements. Pierce pauses for a moment, adjusting her glasses. The chief clears his throat. Violet, I'd hoped not to bring this up, but perhaps it is time for you to be told what this pact truly is. It better be something that makes Blue's death worthwhile. You see, the truth is that the Dark One... He created the Bureau. That can't... I stumble backwards, my ears ringing from the sudden shock of blood rushing to my head. It can't be. That monster was behind all of this? Is it such a surprise? After all, your powers are the same as those of the Selenon. Who do you think gave them to you? I don't know. I was expecting something else. Anything else. The Selenon nearly destroyed humanity. The Dark One could have easily obliterated us, but he gave us the chance to redeem ourselves for our past sins. You're talking about him as if he's a god. He's a murderer! What part of the Selenon's existence ever involved protecting humans? That is exactly what the rebels want you to believe. But Violet, the truth is that we were the ones who struck first. We brought this upon ourselves by deciding to wage war against them. Hold on! Time out! Time out! Flag on the play! You know, I've watched the entirety of Babylon 5. I know that's how the Minbari Wars started. You know what the Minbari didn't do at any point in the war? They didn't put us in fucking jail! They didn't put humans in fucking jail. No, actually... Well, honestly, they probably would have wiped out humanity had the war gone on, but... Eventually, they found something out about humans that made them just stop fighting and realize, wait a minute, we are being right dicks here to these people. The Selenon, on the other hand, their idea to end this war is, you know what? Lock them the fuck up. Lock humanity the fuck up. Call me an optimist, but you know what? I'd rather have the Minbari over the Selenon. Fuck the Selenon! Somehow, I find it hard to believe that the Selenon were emissaries of peace. The Selenon are beings beyond our comprehension. To assume anything about them would be foolhardy at best. That is what led us to this point in the first place. So, they're just eldritch abominations now. To you, the Selenons are fucking Cthulhu, huh? I don't have to assume that the Selenon are evil. The proof is right in front of my eyes. Believe what you want to believe, but without the Dark One, none of us would be here. No. Without the Dark One, Blue would still be here. I turn on my heel and walk out of the chief's office without looking back. She's being unusually forceful. You think she's truly in control of emotions? Given what's happened to her, perhaps she should be given leave. The worst thing to do when an Esper has lost control is let them dwell in their own thoughts. They need something to concentrate on other than themselves. Otherwise, they might become dangerously unstable. I don't know, I think Super Saiyan Vi is probably a good idea right now. But what threat would that pose? She can only read people's minds. Is that what she told you? What she told you? I'm not sure you know exactly what an Esper is capable of. Now then, I should return to the reconstruction efforts. Wait!
What, Pierce, what did you mean? What else can an Esper do?
You shouldn't concern yourself with that. After all, I will never let it happen. That girl's a Selenon, ain't she? That girl is a Selenon. Behind those big-ass frames are the eyes of a giant alien mantis.
Oh, well, that's a relief. I think.
Anyway, I believe you had a meeting scheduled in 5 minutes?
Right. I'd best be going. To the meeting, I mean.
Ugh. This is more tiring than I thought. I quickly make my way out of headquarters, fuming. Can't believe that the chief was going to do absolutely nothing about Blue. He was one of us. He was arguably the agent, the best man. It hurts so much. I burst out of the front doors of headquarters and start towards my car. Jesus, Red, why can't you... Jesus, Red, what is wrong with you? Can't you teleport a little further away from the person you're trying to scare to death? Shut up and come with me. Grabs my wrist and pulls me into the alleyway next to headquarters. Get off of me! I shake her grip from my arm and stand staring at her angrily. Looks like the newbie's finally grown a pair. What do you want, Red? I'm not really in the mood for your attitude today. Underneath her usual anger and taunting, I detect a strain of sincerity. Unusual for someone like Red. Whatever she means to say, it must be serious. Fine. I'll cut to the chase. Sandman, he may have been a fool, but he was right about one thing. We can be something greater. Excuse me? I'm talking about making sure the Selenon are no longer a threat. That sounds a lot like the Resistance to me. I'm nothing like those imbeciles! They have no plan to save humanity except false hope and anti-idealism! I believe that the Selenon can fear us! I think you know exactly what I mean. You saw what happened? Seemed my thoughts about you were wrong. You aren't defenseless after all. In fact, you might have some potential. Potential? What are you talking about? I barely escaped with my life! Yes, you did. That's what interests me. No human has ever been able to stand up to the Dark One. Not even the Machina could stand in his way. He is the strongest Selenon the Earth has ever seen, and you deflected his attack like a ping-pong ball. I don't claim to know how I did it, nor do I want to know. All I want is to be left in peace. Peace? Peace? Do you even realize the power you possess? With that power, you can make the Selenon bow to your will. Excuse me? Oh god, a cop is power tripping. Get your reality context out of my sci-fi. You and I, we're both one of a kind. We have the potential that others lack. You just don't have the skill to use it. But if you join me, maybe you won't need someone to defend you anymore. A sudden shock goes through my body, and I feel my blood run cold. Joining her, would it truly allow me to fight a Selenon? That seems impossible, but I can't deny what happened earlier. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm not sure what to say. Be surprised on your own time. I need an answer now. Okay. Let's be honest here. Vi's not thinking clearly. Red is unhinged. And at the same time, oh god, I've got to go with dice rolling all three of these. You know the rule. You know the rule, top to bottom. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. Oh my god. Heavy decision here, kids. This plan of yours to stop the Selenon, would it involve any collateral damage? Maybe. Who cares? Alright, yeah. I chose wisely. Fuck you, Red. I care! I'm not about to abandon my duty just like that! Understand this, Palooka. I wouldn't even be talking to you if Blue hadn't died. But now I have my opportunity and a reason to get out, and I'm gonna take it. What are you going to do? You don't need to know that just yet. The Master has decided to grace you with his presence. He will explain once you meet him. Whoa, whoa. The Master? We're working for a fucking Time Lord? I just have one question to ask on this. Delgado or Sims? Red has a wild look in her eyes that scares me. I want to avenge Blue, but I have a feeling that whatever Red has in her mind is way more than that. She's filled with happiness, but something about it is twisted, fueled by her anger and her hatred. With Father's guidance, you can become unstoppable. Father? Who is this father you're referring to? The one who will grant us the power to oppose, no, control the Selenon. The power of absolute dominion! I think there are other ways of getting things done. I don't think what you did was right with Sandman. Just killing him, it could have been useful to us. Trust me, men like that are never useful. Him and spineless little creeps like Grange who will sell their measly skills with even the smell of cash they get was coming to them. A swift death. Whoa! What the fuck? You? Did you kill Grange? Did you? Red? Did you fucking kill Grange? She killed Grange, didn't she? Oh, I am nowhere near. I'm going nowhere near this girl now. Something about the way Red says this, and the violence and elation going through her mind makes me stop. Red, did you kill Grange? What if I did? That's murder. You're supposed to enforce the law. How can you be so nonchalant about taking another person's life? The mission of the Bureau is to protect humanity at any cost. Fucking killer cop she is. This girl is an absolute killer cop. Protect humanity by killing him? Girl, I'm seeing some white hair poking out of your asshole right now because you got your head up there. They wouldn't admit it to the general public, but they need people like me. People aren't afraid to do what's necessary. Oh, God. Blue was lawful good. Clearly you're lawful evil. Maybe even chaotic evil. You're not going to get away with this. I'm going to report you. I start to turn back towards headquarters, but Red teleports directly in front of me and pins me to the wall. Listen closely. I was right outside the door during your meeting with the Chief and Pierce. And believe me when I say, they're not going to listen to you. They don't care what you think, and they're not going to believe your word against mine. I'm frozen. Red's face is inches from mine. So don't bother trying it. There's no hint of fear in Red's mind. Just pure belief in her own words. Maybe she's right. That outburst I just had in front of the Chief is not going to help my credibility. I make a decision as I stare at Red. and I stand up straighter. I'm going to pass. Pass? Yes. As in, I'm not interested. This isn't what Blue would have wanted. You really think you know what Blue would have wanted? He died for you! Don't you want to... Red's face contorts with anger, though she reins herself in. Fine then. Do nothing if you want. But mark my words. The Dark One will die by my hand. Good! Fuck off! Without another word, Red disappears. I involuntarily breathe a sigh of relief as she's gone. The intense anger that was pressing on my mind lessens. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going to, call that an episode there. Whew. Heavy shit all around. Next time, God, I don't even know what's coming next. See you guys next time, though. Keep it casual, y'all. Deep breaths.